the realm of money making and business, do you feel that it's been uniquely challenging as a woman in entrepreneurship? Do you buy into that frame at all?
No. I
No?
feel I've been given a huge advantage as a woman.
Cool. Say more.
Yeah. So I think that women, so studies show in marketing, one thing that I'm really nerdy about is like, what are the funnels and the statistics actually saying? Because on the outside of it, when people don't actually have experience with advertising at a grand, massive level, they'll say things about what's happening in the industry. Oh, this type of content is dead. Oh, this is easier than that, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, have you run any other campaigns other than your own campaign? Because you're just looking at your own experience and saying that this is how the whole thing is. But I've had experience working in 8 and 9 figure businesses that are in the thought leadership space. And what they found is that ads with women's faces, women's energy, women's voices, they perform way better and guarantee way more trust than men's, presence. And so this is actually like, there is not equality there, but on the men's side, where we have a unique advantage for whatever biological or primal reason, women are easier to trust. And I think it has a lot to do because of the role that women play in the grand tapestry of life. Mothers, we're supposed to be the caretakers, the nurturers, And so I think that people see woman, they think, oh, trustable. When I get an Uber driver and it's a woman, I immediately know my night's going to be chill. Like, I don't have to worry about anything. And so I don't know what the real reason is as to why that happens, but I think that I've been given space in rooms and in masterminds that I probably wouldn't have been given the opportunity to be in if I was a man, because people wanted to help me out. They saw a young, hustling woman who was, upright and present and accounted for and just wanted to help me. And so they didn't see me as a threat. And so because of that, they wanted to help me. I think I've been given opportunities because of that. I think that, it's a whole industry even to just help women.
Yep.
Women helping women is like huge because it's like a girls' club. Because there is this like fading and this narrative that we've been oppressed and that we're kind of a minority here and we haven't gotten the piece of the cake that we deserve. And so when the girls' club gets around, oh my gosh, like the culture is just so fun and insane and alive because we all want to help each other.
Yeah, that's
it's refreshing.
It's
refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like something you see a lot, and I understand where it's like the leftover, it's the hangover of the cultural baggage of a lot of oppression on a part of the feminine, mostly conducted on behalf of the masculine. Like, good job, guys. We got a lot of making up and waking up to do. But like to hear people be like, yeah, that's true, but now it can be a superpower. It's different. I think that's so refreshing.
God, and it's creating a different issue, I think, now within entrepreneurship or the household, I think, where I saw statistics. I was doing some personal research. I'm like, what's the percentage of women in the United States that are the breadwinners of the household? Because it seems like everyone I'm talking to is doing that. What is going on with that? And it was some statistic like 51% of women are now the breadwinners or the primary financial providers of the household, which is wild, like really, really wild. It's a shift, and it's not something that we've ever seen in human history before. So we're dealing with that too.
Well, there's something to that, right? Because I think a lot about what you hear in, for want of a better term, the manosphere, and how the male myth is somewhat being destroyed, like the damsel in distress that needs you to come and save her, from the dragon and, bring her down, take home, make babies, happily ever after. That myth has kind of died because women left the ivory tower and they're like, oh shit, we could do it too. Yeah. And what's really interesting is then some of the like finding our place again in things like dating. You'll often hear like women have a hypergamous nature, so they want to date up and across. And if you become very successful then, which is happening more and more, like you said, 51%, so we're shifting into women technically maybe being more successful in many cases than men now, but looking for partners that are even more successful for them, because we've got this like caveman, cavewoman brain of like provide, protect me. It starts to really skew the whole dynamics culturally. And that's what we're in right now, is this really interesting soup for dating, friendships, business. It's a wild and fun time.
Yeah.
It's a wild and fun time.
Yeah.
Have you seen, have you seen in business, like with women, some of the more shadow side of that? Do you feel like there's this idea that men are like blatantly openly competitive? It's very simple. Like you put a bunch of men in the room and there'll be this natural hierarchy of dominance. Like the alpha will just, take over, whereas women are a little bit more sneaky sometimes, and there can be a lot of competitiveness. Have you experienced that? Probably a lot online, I'm guessing, or?
Oh yeah, in person, real life, whatever you got, like anything that is shadow, like it's 100%. It's 100% there. And the feminine shadow is a lot more subtle or covert sometimes. But because we as women like recognize it and are hypersensitive to it, it's kind of like, she's trying to steal my man. And the man is like, how do you know? She was just being nice. But we can sense certain things about intention and energy and where it's directed. So all of it is like an invisible thing that's going on, where you might actually see two women collaborating on a webinar together and be like, oh, they're friends. And there's actually something really weird and fucked up going on behind the scenes. So I've learned my lesson many times to only engage very selectively with people who have worked that out, within themselves, so that I don't have any time for that ever.
No.
There's no way.
The right amount of drama is zero.
Yeah.
Like you said, peace.
Right.
If it costs you your peace, it costs too much. All right, friends, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Radical Health Radio. We got a fresh new podcast for you every Wednesday. If you enjoyed the show, consider liking, subscribing, reviewing, and rating us on your podcast platform. It helps to spread this message of radical health. We'll see you next week.